Hey friends, I would say you know what time it is. However, I'm super late with this one, so welcome back to my life lately vlog. I have been so burnt out lately, so I have not had the capacity to do very much at all. However, I do have notes, and the notes are... So honestly, number one topic of this vlog, burnout. I just completely hit a wall, sort of fell to the floor, and I've been dragging myself along by my arms since, sort of waiting for the energy levels to heal and spike again. So that has been maybe a fortnight now, and I'm trying to be gentle with myself and give myself the time that I need to rest, because I am a creature of habit and I will try and push myself even when I physically cannot. So we are being gentle with ourselves and taking the time we need to relax. Obviously, with the weather being more great, I've been spending time outside in the sun, walking the coast, you know, the whole British summertime shebang. And I also picked some gorgeous cherry blossoms that I'm hoping to add to my pressed flowers collection. This year I've really been trying to spend less time playing video games, because it's an awful habit that I get into where I can just shut off from the world for like 9 hours straight and just fall into a video game. And while it is fun, it's a limiter on my productivity, and I would love to be able to find that balance. However, with this period of burnout, I've actually been taking advantage of that a little bit, and I've been playing Sea of Thieves again. I've been playing Project Zomboid, played a bit of Borderlands 3. Mainly been playing Sea of Thieves though, because it does have a place in my heart. And the next weekend coming is my local pirate festival, so this vlog will definitely come out before then, but I'm gonna capture some footage to show off for you guys for the next one. I did want to say that while I am burnt out, I haven't forgotten you. And while I'm having to push myself today to record and get all this done, it's a passion of mine. I love spending time with you guys, and yeah, it's worth it overall. And I definitely am looking forward to getting back into the full swing of things once my burnout period subsides. Just teetering on the beginning of the burnout period, I did my extra window expansion, photo frames and ivy setup, and I had so much fun doing that. It is a feature wall that I absolutely love looking at, and yep, I'm looking forward to expanding it once again. But I think editing and posting that one was around the beginning of burnout, so I think I posted it and then sort of went yeah. So the last video that I put out was my what did I call it? I think definitely a contributing factor was a couple weeks back I put out my navigating gender and politics, a personal perspective video, and that was quite nerve-wracking. Essentially being raw, being vulnerable, and processing my emotions semi live react. Like, I took notes, I processed my feelings a little bit so it wasn't quite so unthought out. I put effort and thought into the way I wanted to portray things, I think, and I am still happy with how it turned out. It's just I don't know, I feel like I've sort of come out of my closet online, and that's a very nerve-wracking thing to do in a public setting. It did get a lot of love, so I appreciate you guys for that. Like I say, it's not something that I am planning on continuing regularly, but I do want to make my my personal positions known on these things, as I would hate to be misconstrued or cultivate a community that is not in line with the way that I feel about things. So a couple of vlogs ago I said that Plymouth Pride had been cancelled, and that is still the case. So they were waiting on funding and the funding didn't come, and therefore they're not going to do it. Which is understandable. However, because of that, we now have several different fringe events that are happening around the city. So transphobes and homophobes will be quivering at the idea of more than one Pride event on one day. But I've been planning my look and my makeup and my outfit and things for the day, and I will put footage here. I did this amazing rainbow look and I am so happy with it, and definitely going to be using that for Pride. It's going to be in July. It's going to be hot and sweaty. We're gonna need so much setting spray, but oh my gosh, it is so worth it. I'm so happy with how that makeup look turned out. I am still working on a makeup video for my channel, so it just covers like my prep, my base, my eyebrows, how I set everything before I move into like colours and the fun stuff, I guess. Because doing that base video means that I won't have to be explaining it every time I want to do a tutorial video, and I think that that's just going to be less tedious for me, and for regular viewers, less tedious for you guys too. Yes, one of my final points is I've booked tickets to go to a music concert in July. I think it's the beginning of July. And all 3 dates of this event are now completely sold out within maybe a week or two. And I'm super excited to be able to say that I'm going to see. They're Irish, they're infamous, and they're all around sound guys. I've booked tickets to go and see Kneecap. Now, you might look at me and think that it's not my sort of music. I am a big music lover. I listen to almost every genre of music. It tickles my brain in a way like nothing else. So absolutely stoked to go see Kneecap in July. And there was a massive to-do with that. They were originally supposed to be playing at the Eden Project, the Eden Sessions. Then I believe the Eden Sessions got government advice to say, don't do that. So the Eden Sessions cancelled. And I was pretty disappointed, but I mean, budget-wise, was I really going to travel into Cornwall for the one event and then try and either stay or travel back? Like, it wasn't logistically sound, so I was like, pretty shit of the Eden Project, but it doesn't affect me that much. However, then the Plymouth Pavilions stood up and were like, oh, we'll put them on. And I was like, that's my city. All of a sudden, the logistics have fallen into place, and I'm like, oh, all right then, maybe I'll get tickets to that. And then the pavilions pulled out after government advice. So we were all left in the lurch again. And then, actually, yes, anonymous source from the pavilions told me that they could not talk about the event. They were to answer no questions. And I thought that was very intriguing. And then the next day, the event was cancelled, and I was like, right, okay. And then a third venue said, all right, Kneecap. Probably not like that. Do you fancy coming in and doing 3 nights for us? And yeah, so the third venue now has Kneecap booked for 3 dates, which are now all sold out. And lean forward, touch wood, I am going to go and see them in the beginning of July, and I am, if you can't tell, super stoked. I think the first time I heard about them was last year. I watched the movie on Amazon Prime, and great movie if you haven't seen it, free on Amazon Prime, not sponsored. And pretty much since then they've been on my full rotation of music. If I am leaving the house and I want to give leave me the fuck alone energy, it's Kneecap that's playing. So I think out of all of the Burnout and all of the essentially clusterfuck that the last fortnight has been, I'm gonna go see Kneecap. And that makes me so excited. And it's probably quite visible, my energy level change from talking about the dull, boring, not boring, essentially my valid mental health stuff, but then talking about something that I'm excited about, I'm like, oh! See, this list of vlog topics was written last week, and I'm gonna say that that's enough because the last week has been spent sailing the Sea of Thieves and just trying to keep on top of housework, trying to pamper, get self-care done. And yeah, I think all in all, that's about it. We can all just try and navigate burnout the best that we can in the moment. And yeah, I think there are just some days that I wake up and I don't want to see or speak to anyone. And some days I need that. And some weeks apparently I just need to crawl into a hole and play on my Xbox for a while. I'm not far. I think about you guys a lot. I love you guys a lot. And we're gonna get through this burnout period together. Here's to the other side. Here's to the other side. Okay, so I know that I already filmed the vlog segment already. However, I don't know how long it's gonna take me. I have no idea how this vlog is gonna turn out. It has been a little bit of a clusterfuck, and I think it's late enough in the video that I can say that. I was gonna leave it at that, but there's been a few extra things that I want to talk about before I post this and before I forget. So it was the Pirate Festival, Pirate Weekend in my city. So I did 2 outfits for that. Yeah. You don't need to give me an excuse to craft a look, and I had such an amazing time going down there as so many other people dressed up, and the vibes were impeccable. Things have been a bit strange lately, but we are fervently gonna get back into our routine. I have my sewing embroidery video that is taking far too long. However, once that's done, I also have 3 videos that are in active progress, so watch this space. I am still here, I promise. What do we think about increasing my ivy once again and having it come over this way and start creeping maybe into my backdrop? I quite like having the plain white space, but I do think a little bit of something might help. You know what, it's always been a thing for me that I build a routine and it becomes very healthy, very productive, and then some small inconvenience happens and it throws everything out of whack. However, we are scooping ourselves back up, we are dusting ourselves off, and we are stepping up and stepping out. It is a bit grey today, but it is British summertime, so we've got to take our pleasures when we can. I honestly think that that's all I have to say in this little extra segment for now. Not sure when this is going to come out, so it may be a patchwork of various different filming days and bits and bobs, scatterbrain me, but it's all part of the fun. So yeah, I'll cut back to other me. With that being said, if you like what you see, hit like. If you want to stick around, hit subscribe. Never gonna beat the EP allegations. I have been hyperfixatious. I love you lots, and I'll see you very soon. Mwah.